Hello, everyone. Hello, Awakened Soul. I'm Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my April 2021 Ascension Energies update for you. Well, as we go into April, the theme is soul expansion. So I'm sure you went through, as you know, a more arduous February and then March as we came rebirthing ourselves. Much like a phoenix, we had to burn, almost feel on fire as we came through and out the other side. So now, as we go into April, we get into the soul expansion. And that essentially means that more of our sovereignty and empowerment is going to come online. It means we break through finally karmic freedom and take our oneness and wholeness to another level. So as we do that, more of the true self comes online. So you may see this month for yourself that you're going to start questioning a lot more, seeing where in relationships that you're not in attunement with certain people. And again, looking at how you live with moral integrity. And anything that's not in alignment with this, we're going to see more and more of that coming out in the media. Even though the mass media is very good at setting fear agendas, there is some information that's going to come out through other channels. And we're going to, again, and you may already be feeling this, go, this doesn't quite add up for me. And again, really that discernment is coming more online in terms of what is true, what is universal truth, and what is true for you. So more of that will come along. So the archetypes that we are working with as we continue to, I call awake and awakening, because more people are going to awaken this month. You may already be on your path of awakening, but more are going to wake up and go, yeah, this really doesn't make sense to me, some of these things that are happening in the world. Or again, looking at relationships that they need to leave, or people are going to be moving this month more. There's more action this month. We get more into spring, that energy of spring. So there is more rising up through the ashes. This is when we are going to be doing that. So the two archetypes this month that we're going to work on are the spiritual warrior and the guru. And the spiritual warrior, and we worked on the spiritual warrior last month, which is slightly different this month, in that we're going to get into more of our, how would I put it, selfless impeccability, and our spiritual integrity. And we still have psychospiritual endurance as well this month that we're working on. So you're going to probably feel a little tired and energized at the same time, wired and tired, depending, especially if we're releasing trauma, which we will continue to do at certain times as new light coding comes in from the universe, and we attune more to the true self and to oneness within ourselves, that balance between our masculine and our feminine. So we'll be working on that with the spiritual warrior archetype this month. And the guru, we're going to still be working on divine connection. And that's something that as we continue to attune to more connection, and it's a subtle thing, again, you may be feeling that you're realizing you're of this world, but not really in it because you're part of the whole cosmos. You feel connected on subtle, different intrinsic ways, and that's going to grow more as well. And that you're going to be discerning from a whole different level of using the brain, connected to the heart, connected to the inner knowing and the gut. So those are the three areas that are shifting a lot right now. And is bringing some of us a lot of grief in terms of the symptoms that we're having along. And I post those all in my written blog. So, again, a lot of headaches. We've been having a lot of headaches, particularly through March, especially when we got geomagnetic storms, which would bring in new coding as well and get us to shift and purge, right, with emotion and level up again between head and heart. So we're also going to be doing more grieving this month too. That's another thing that will come up. Each time as you release the old conditioning and conformity within you, then you're going to grieve a little bit more, and there'll be anger around that. And of course, grieving and crying and that type of thing. So know that that will also come up for you this month. I have my products to support you this month, which is the Spiritual Warrior Elixir. Again, it's a bit of a liver tonic as well. We're going to be a little bit tired. There's lots of we're working on and moving within the liver, which is the seat of anger. It's also where our soul energy is. So you'll have a lot of that coming through. So this is very good to have in order to give you sort of a spring pick-me-up. And the Guru, which has some lavender in it, among other things, and again, calms that fear that may be there from connecting to something bigger than what you're being told, you know, and how you've been taught to conform. And as we break away, there's always that fear around it before we reconnect more to our true self. So know that that's part of what goes on. And as well, I have my illumination spray and illumination chakra tea. So again, helps more with circulation here, getting more illumination and seeing with clarity versus feeling muddy. So there's more of that clarity that's going to come online this month for you. And again, release the grief tea, which we will be doing a little more grieving, particularly towards the end of the month. Okay. So be prepared, because you're going to see more and more people breaking away from what's out there and what we've been told is true. Because a lot of it right now, particularly from authorities, is not true. So it's going to be very interesting to see what people will do with that and how much they'll rise up and where they'll make a stand and what group or soul group they'll be interested in being with because of that. So dig in. It's going to be a month that will be a little bit tiring. There's going to be a lot going on as well. And it's really going to, again, test your limits to a certain level. But you're waking up and becoming your true self. And that's the most important thing right now. So until next month, I wish you all the best and sending you a galaxy of love.